What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday to you. Another day, another video. It's a good day. It's a good day to be alive. Today, we are going to hit on a subject, non-commissioned officer, that are sergeants in the Army, okay? Some of these men were absolutely the biggest dickheads you will ever meet. We're going to get into a funny story here, and we kind of put one of them in their place. Enjoy. So getting right into it. We had an NCO. We had a sergeant. He was an E5. I'm not going to say his name. I really don't like putting people on blast for stuff that happened a long, long time ago unless I really feel some way that I need to put their name out. Not going to say this guy's name. If for some odd reason he ever rode across this, he would know the story and he would remember this shit. Okay, so this sergeant, anytime this guy saw us, he wanted to jack us up. We weren't even doing anything wrong most of the time. He would see us, hey, you, over there, do push-ups. This wasn't basic training. We were in the Army. I'm like, okay. You know, and you're a young private. You're like, okay, I'll do some push-ups. He's like, all right, now get up. Now sit against the wall like an invisible chair. Like, so you have to, like, sit down. I'm thinking, fuck is this? What did we do? What did we do? Like, this guy was a dickhead. He did not know how to talk to a man with respect. Okay? And this guy was younger than us. We were all older than them. This guy was like 20. We were all older than this guy, but we were lower ranking than this guy. There's an expression. They say, respect the rank, not the man, or some shit like that, or whatever. Okay, well, this guy was an E5. We were all specialists in, like, private first class, and we're like, the fuck? Like, we had enough of this guy. And this guy would single us out. We didn't really tell our sergeants about this. We told them about it a couple times, and some of them cared, some of them really didn't give a shit. They're like, it's whatever. Look, you have to realize when we were coming up through the ranks, people did this to us. It's almost like a heritage thing. Like, once you get that rank, you'll do that to lower enlisted guys. No, that shit's wrong. Whatever. That's just stupid. But this is kind of how it went down with this guy. We had definitely had enough of this guy. Okay, so I remember one time he did this to us, and my sergeant, shout out Sergeant Barrero, I know this guy's watching. He's a cool cat, guy, infantry guy I served with. He called him out on it. He was like, hey, leave my fucking guys alone. Okay? Look, they don't rock with you. They don't mess with you. You're not in their really direct chain of command. Leave these guys alone. He stood up for us. Not often, but he did. He did. Now, he had our backs on a lot of stuff, but, like, he told him, he was like, leave our guys alone. All right? So the guy kind of chilled out and stopped messing with us for a little bit. I mean, all day I would have fought this guy. I don't condone violence, but back then, it would have went down. I don't care. I didn't like this guy. He was an asshole. I'm pretty sure everyone that was even around him, the only people, you ever notice this, guys? Assholes hang out with other assholes. They really do. Like, you are who you hang around with. So he would hang around with other miserable pieces of shit that wanted to be mean to other people. And these guys, they just bred hate. It's what they were. You could see him. You could look at him a mile away and be like, that's an unhappy motherfucker right there. Like, you just see it. And this guy was a light of energy, of hate, and just everything that I don't want to be around, I don't want to deal with, I don't mess with this guy. Like I said, our sergeant stood up for us. This guy kind of chilled out for a little bit. We don't like this guy. Me and my roommate, Evans, especially, hated this guy. He would single us out all the time. Anytime there was something that needed to happen, I'd get a knock on my door. He's not even like my sergeant. He is a sergeant in the Army, but he's not one of my direct sergeants. This guy would just always single us out. So we go out one night. Me and Evans, and I want to say, I forget who else we went out with, but whoever. We go out to a bar. It is called Starlight. This is out the main gate. You make a right. Big ass dance club. All right? It was big. It was huge. I might be able to find a picture of it. Whatever. So we are there. We are at a table. We are drinking. There's like 4 of us. We're hanging out. Just enjoying our night, having a good time. Not unusual to do what we did. This NCO, this sergeant, out of nowhere, and we're all in civilian clothes. Like, we are off work, we're off duty. He comes walking up to our table. Instantly, we see this guy is much drunker than we are. We're probably getting a buzz, but this guy is pretty drunk. Comes up to our table, puts his hands down, slams them down the table. What are you doing here? And we just kind of look at this guy like, what's up? What's up, Sergeant? How's it going? Yeah, I should just smoke all of you right now. Like, I should just make you do push-ups right now. And we're like, what are you talking about? We're out. We're not at work. We're out in Fort Hood. Like, we're not. No. What are you talking about? It's not going to happen. It's not going to do it. He's like, yeah, all right. Make some room. Make some room. I'm coming in here. Like, to sit down. Now, there's 4 of us at a table. I look over at the guy across from me. I'm like, don't move over. Don't you move over. I'm not moving over. Don't you move over. He's like, come on, make some room. We all just look at this guy. He's like, oh, come on, you're not going to let me sit down. I wasn't holding my tongue. I didn't care. I was like, no, we're not moving over. We don't like you. We don't like you. You treat us like shit. You shit on us all the time. You talk to us like dogs. There is no give-take here. You just straight single us out, and you always get shitty with us. And he kind of laughed. He's like, I'm just hard on you boys. And I was like, who are you calling a boy? We're all older than you. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you are an all-day asshole to us. We're not moving over. So he's kind of like standing there at the table, swaying, and she's like, so you're not going to let me sit down? We're like, no, we're not going to let you sit down. Go back to whoever else you're hanging out with. Like, no, we're not letting you hang out. So he gets kind of in his feelings about it. He's like, I'll remember that. I got something for you guys on Monday. I was like, okay, whatever, bring it. I don't care. I mean, at this point, like, I really wish we could have just kicked it off right then and there, but, like, here we go. So the night goes on. We're enjoying ourselves. We're just hanging out at this table. We got a bucket of beers. It's a good time. We're having a good time. This motherfucker comes around to our table again. He was drunk the first time. This guy is annihilated now. Comes up to our table, falls into the table, moves it, knocks over a beer. We're like, what the fuck? Like, we're like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing? Dude, what are you doing? He's like, I told you I'm sitting down. I'm going to sit down. We're like, get your drunk ass away from us. Like, dude, get the fuck away from us. One of the guys I was with felt kind of bad for him or something. She's like, maybe we should let him sit down. It's like, fuck that. This guy is not sitting. I am not. You are who you hang out with. I'm not putting my name next to that guy's name. Fuck him. No. This guy's not sitting at this table. So the guy moves over. Let him sit in. So now we have this drunk idiot at our table. I'm not sitting with this guy. Evans is not sitting with this guy. I'm like, Evans, you want to go play pool? You guys are going to leave me now? You're going to leave me? Yeah, we're going to leave you. That's exactly what we're going to do. And I'm telling you we're going to leave you. You don't have the upper hand in this situation. We started clowning. We're like, how the fuck are you even getting home tonight? Look at you. You're like homeless person drunk right now. Like, might as well put your ass under a bridge with a paper bag. Like, look at you. We are clowning this guy. This guy is now mad. He went from just being drunk to thinking, okay, well, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? And I'm thinking, yo, Evans, let's go stomp this guy out. Literally, let's go stomp this dude out. Like, I don't care. I mean, we'd have a whole lot of explaining to do. Probably definitely some corrective action and probably some UCMJ for it. But I'm like, fuck it. Evans like, let's go play pool. Because Evans will usually ride with me if I said, hey, let's bang somebody out. Evans would probably go with it. But we just get up. We don't listen to what this guy's saying. We go play pool. This fucking asshole. He comes up to our pool table. This is one thing you do not do, by the way, when anybody's playing pool. You do not mess up their pool game. You do not touch pool balls. You don't do things like this. This guy comes up to the bar, staggering. At this point, the bouncers, I think, were pretty aware that this guy was that drunk. And he was that drunk. He comes up to our pool table. We are down to the final ball, the 8 ball, where you will shoot the 8 ball in. This guy comes over and picks up the 8 ball. You cocksucker. You fucking dick. Like, what are you doing? Put that back down. Put that back down where it was. Yeah, you guys won't let me sit with you? Okay, alright. I said, look, I try to actually talk to this guy like a regular man. I said, look, we don't want to hang out with you. You're really drunk. We don't like you. Okay? Please get away from our table. As direct as I could. As open as I could. As blunt as I could. He slams the 8-ball back on the table. Okay. All right. Walks away. We think the shit is over. And on that night, it was. So, we go, we leave, we all get home safe. Monday morning, we have a PT test. Okay? We have a PT test. We have to go to this train yard or whatever it is on Fort Hood. It's like they have it where you run back, you run back, you run back. It's how you do your 2-mile run. You do push-ups and sit-ups and everything. So this guy, I see him in a line to do push-ups, and everybody's grading you and everything on your push-ups. Make sure they're good push-ups. So there are ways you can do push-ups. You could do close. You could do regular shoulders. You could go wide. This guy is a wide push-up guy. We're all standing in the back watching this guy do push-ups. So he's going as wide as you can to where, like, he's doing push-ups like this, where his chest is, like, barely hitting, and they're counting these push-ups. I'm like, hold up. Wait a second. You're making us, like, go all the way down and touch our chest to the ground, and, like, this guy can do some shit like this. So we clown his ass. We don't care because he already talked some shit to us, like he had something for us. He was going to bring it to us when he saw us. Okay. So Evans and I were like, yeah, nice push-ups there, Chief. We don't care. He's all mad. Fuck you. You guys are... You start doing push-ups. Start doing this. I'm like, you're not going to smoke me before I do a PT test. Like, you're not going to do this to me now. And, like, our sergeant's like, yeah, it's not happening. Like, because we want our guys to pass the PT test. It's not going to happen. This guy is an all-day asshole. So we finish the PT test. He catches us back in the barracks. Hey, you guys ready for this? You ready for this? He's an idiot. He doesn't even realize we've told our sergeants about this whole night that happened at Starlight. Sergeant Gallardo had our back. He was like, yeah, don't ever fuck with my guys again. They're not doing anything for you. You see my guys, you walk the other way. Don't talk to them again. And Sergeant Gallardo was about that. Sergeant Gallardo would, and he outranked this guy. He was older than him. He would have put him in his place, and he did put him in his place. So he puts him in check. This guy hated us. He was one of the NCO'S I had that were all-day scumbags. That's kind of how it went. I don't want to speak ill will of NCO'S in the Army. There are a lot of good sergeants in the Army. There is kind of like an old saying, officers sign paperwork, NCO'S run the Army. In many examples I've seen things like this, okay? I had some really, really good sergeants, some really good men that led men. They were leaders. They treated you with respect. They expected things from you. If you were not meeting the standard of the military, they had something for that ass. But there was a lot of good NCO'S I served with, and a lot of guys I went through the ranks with that got promoted to sergeants, and they kind of lived by this. I'm not going to treat my soldiers like how we were treated. We weren't victims. Everybody gets jacked up in the Army. It happens. But there's a way to carry yourself. And you don't treat people like dogs. So this NCO, like I said, he didn't like us. He definitely doesn't like us now. Sergeant Gallardo had put him in check. So he can't, we're kind of like untouchable to him now. This guy, we end up deploying, and like this guy got to go somewhere else. I don't really see this guy again. But guys, this is one of the examples of NCO'S in the Army that were one of the bad NCO'S. There's a lot of them. A lot of guys that just because they get some rank on their collar, it goes to their head. They forget what this is all about anyways. It is a thing that happens. But that's what I got for you today. It's kind of a quick one today. Just wanted to keep it brief. We're trying to kick these out as much as we can. Try to get out a video every day, or at least 5 videos a week. It's I don't want this to be repetitive. I notice a lot of YouTube channels and things like this. These guys end up repeating their stories because they keep going over and over and over again about the same topic. You got to mix it up a little bit. So don't want to flood it all too much. But anyways, that's what I got for you today. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Like always, please like and subscribe and always comment. Thanks again. You guys take care.